right. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so I'm just getting myself propped up so I can see the chat. Waiting for people to come in. All right, let's set up my Buddha. All right, thank you to those of you all who are joining. So this is the Love is Blind Season 2 Couples Predictions. All right, so let's get into it. So first what I want to do is take me a sip of water and pour me a spot of tea. All right, hello everybody that's joining. Okay, my honey is not open. All right, so for those of you who are watching Love is Blind, we are at the point in the season where the couples had their bachelor and bachelorette parties or celebrations, and now they are about to get married. But of course, there's a lot of questionable couples. As I pour tea, there's a lot of questionable couples within this season. So we have Mallory and Sal. Who else? Shane and Natalie. Shake and Deepti. Jared and Ayana. And who am I forgetting? I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. Jared and Ayana. Why am I? Danielle and Nick. Those are our couples. So it's 5 couples if I'm not mistaken. I think there was 6. There was 6, but Kyle and Shayna, that was a dumpster fire. A complete and utter tragic dumpster fire. Which I have many opinions on, but I want to hear from you all in regards to couples. So for anybody that's watching, do you have any fave couples? Do you have any couples that you feel like are more likely to make the distance, or what? So let's see. I should pull different decks for different couples. That would be interesting. So how many would I need? I would need 5 total. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna pull a different deck for different couples because I want as clean energy as I can possibly get. All right. All right, let's see. I'm just gonna double check how many couples. I think I got them all. Love is Blind season 2 couples. I want to give me the list. I don't want spoilers. List. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's 5 couples. All right, so let's get into it. Hey, Reed Kicker. I watched Married at First Sight. Is Love is Blind good too? I like Love is Blind. Like, I saw Married at First Sight. It's honestly, Reed Kicker, it's the same show. Like, in real life. It's the same show. Only, it's, I would say Love is Blind, you have more of a choice because it's 15 women, 15 men, and they're choosing, you know, based on that versus with the Love at First Sight where, you know, like a matchmaker, you know, put them together. I'm annoyed with most of the men this season. Ariana says, I'm annoyed with most of the men this season. Yeah, Love is Blind is good. I'm annoyed highly with, yeah, just about every guy. Shayna and Danielle annoyed the mess out of me. Because, well, just about every guy. Because Nick isn't annoying. Sal, I like Sal. Who's another one I like? Oh, Kyle, the one who, you know, mercilessly got his heart broken for the world to see. And yeah, and then, oh yeah, Danielle, I had high hopes for Danielle. She seemed so sweet. Danielle is a pretty woman who does not believe in herself, and she's highly annoying at this point. Shayna's just, she's annoying all the way around simply because, well, for lots of things. Mainly, I just want her to drop the whole Shane thing. It's like, girl, you didn't win the game. Let it go. Go live your best life. Yeah, Sal is nice. I think Sal is nice. Like, he seems really sweet. So, okay. So, viewer's choice. Which couple do you all want to start with? Danielle is unhinged. Oh, gosh. Yeah, she is off the rails. I'm like... And then, it's like, every time Danielle talks about her insecurities... I'm like thinking to myself, like, girl, it is not what you look like that people are running from. It is you. But yeah, so viewer's choice. Is there a couple that you all want to start with? Is there a couple? You know what? Maybe let's start with Danielle and Nick. I want to see what's going to be. So the questions that I'm going to ask about the couples is, will they actually get married? So are they... Oh, Jared and Ayana. Okay, let's start with them. So the question that I'm going to ask is, will they actually make it down the aisle? So that we'll see Friday. So we'll be able to see if I'm right or wrong. If they make it down the aisle, will they stay together? Like, do they stay married? Do they actually try? And what's going to be like the overall outcome of the couple? Like, you know, and I want to kind of gauge, here's the juicy part, because y'all know I like to get juicy. I want to actually gauge into, like, do they actually, like, how they actually feel about each other. Because Jared in particular, I'm sorry, I'm not convinced. This man boo-hoo-hooed when Mallory said she would not marry him. I mean, cried like somebody stole money from him. Cried. And now I'm supposed to be convinced that, oh, Ayana's the one for me. Bullshit. Bullshit. You didn't want to lose. You wanted the clout that the show gives you. And Mallory, your dream girl, did not want you. And you cried like a baby. And now it's like, well, let me go get somebody. So I feel bad for Ayana. She seems like she's really sweet. Oh, wow, that's really good. You all, this is my Arabic rose tea that I got in Dubai. It tastes amazing. All right, so let's get into it. Jared and Ayana. So, universe, thank you for the channel messages. Spirit guides of Jared and Ayana. Ooh. Okay. So, first question. Will Jared and Ayana actually get married? Will Jared and Ayana actually get married? Give me 2 cards. Will Jared and Ayana actually get married? We have the Ace of Emotions in the upright. We have the Strength card in the reverse. So Ace of Emotions is telling me yes, but the strength of emotions, strength in reverse is telling me that there's a lot of doubts going into this. I definitely feel like those doubts are on Ayana's end, which we see her constantly questioning, am I doing the right thing? Is this gonna make sense? Should we marry? Give me one more, universe. Do they actually make it down the aisle to marry? And then we have the Muse of Materials in the upright, or the King of Materials or the King of Pentacles in the upright. This is a yes. They're actually going to walk down the aisle. My prediction is, because there was this little I think drama moment that the show is teasing where Ayana walks away. I think she's gonna walk away temporarily, to catch her breath. But I think she's gonna come back and actually, marry Jared. So I'm getting a yes that they get married. So let's see. Will Jared and Ayana actually give the relationship a try? Will Jared and Ayana actually give the relationship, the marriage rather, a try? Will they actually give the marriage a try? We have the Two of Voices in the reverse. 4 of Voices in the upright. That's the 4 of Cups. So what I'm getting with this one, you all, even though Ayana is going to say yes to Jared at the altar, this is my prediction, she still has a lot of confusion with this relationship. I'm picking up on a lot of immaturity. So for those of you that's watching the show, you know that Jared likes to hang out and chill, he's extra single. What I'm getting is Jared's not going to stop that with that 4 of Voices, that 4 of Cups in the upright. It's still this energy of him just kind of really disregarding Ayana. So there's going to be a lot of immaturity and a lot of decisions. I'm not saying this couple actually make it far out. I'm just not. So first, before I grab the outcome for them, I want to find out how they truly feel about each other, because I'm just not convinced that Jared is all in with Ayana. I feel like, once again, he could not have Mallory, and now it's oh damn, let me go to the next one. So universe, thank you for the channel messages. How does Jared truly feel about Ayana? How does Jared truly feel about Ayana? We got the 5 of Materials. See, what did I tell you? 5 of Materials, y'all. That's the 5 of Pentacles in a reverse. This didn't want to be left out. What did I tell you? 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles. He didn't want to be left out. How does Jared truly feel about Ayana? We need 2 more cards. The Chariot in the reverse. Look. If they were to stay together, look, 2 of Materials in reverse. He's not sure about this connection himself. He just didn't want to be left out. He wanted to get married. You all, I'm not saying anything against Jared. He may be a good guy deep down or around, but I'm telling you, if she stays in this relationship, there's a high likely chance that she's going to get cheated on. Yeah, poor Ayana. Yeah, it's messed up. He didn't want to be left out. But I'm not seeing cards of love. I'm seeing cards of, FOMO. Let's see. How does Ayana truly feel about Jared? How does Ayana truly feel about Jared? Give me 2 cards. How does Ayana? 3 of Emotions in the upright. She has a lot of doubts surrounding his sincerity with this 3 of Emotions. It's like she doesn't believe that he's not into Mallory. With that 3 of Emotions, it definitely feels like there's more energy within their connection. She's not convinced. I just hate how this black woman is his backup. Right. And then that was my whole issue too. Jared didn't pick Mallory because he liked Mallory. He picked Mallory because he figured Mallory was a non-black woman. And my whole thing is okay, interracial dating, love, all that good stuff, if it's sincere. But there's a large percentage of people who are dating simply because you're not black or you're not their color. Shake and Deepti, they purposefully. Two Indian people did not date their own. And for me, that is a high red flag and an issue. It's like, how don't you love yourself? And so Jared definitely didn't want Mallory because he was interested in Mallory. He didn't want Mallory, this is my opinion now, because he wanted to know the goodness that Mallory has to offer as a human being, a person, woman, what have you. He wanted Mallory because Mallory was not black, and that was the realness of it. And he chose Ayanna because Mallory didn't choose him. And that man cried because that non-black woman didn't want him. And that was my issue with Jared. I'm like, that man was ridiculous. You got on before the world and boo-hoo-hooed over a stranger because you didn't get to realize your dream of marrying a non-black woman. Even his comments to Mallory was weird. Like, what was he saying in the pods about her? You know, you sound like you might have curly hair, like you might be a spicy Latina. Like, fetishize me much? So Jared is, I'm sorry. I mean, he's not my fave. He's not even close to my favorite. I'm sorry. I'm not liking that good guy act. Plus, he's a preacher's kid. Preacher's kids be the devil themselves. Like, it's staring Satan in the eye. And y'all, I was talking to LP about this yesterday. She brought up a good point about the fact that Jared's friend stabbed him. You know, like Jared's friend who was shady stabbed him. And she was like, why are you getting stabbed by your friends? Like, what type of friends are you keeping? What are you really into that your friend's stabbing you? And then she was like, the excuse that he gave Ayanna about why his friend stabbed him was whack as hell. And I'm like, you know what? That's right. Like, that was whack. Like, why are your friends like don't it? I fell out with friends before, but I ain't never want to stab nobody, and ain't nobody never tried to stab me. It was more so like, okay, you go over there, I'm going over here, but we ain't trying to kill each other. So that let me know. I don't know what's going on with Jared, but hopefully Ayanna runs. Don't even get me started on Shake. Yes. Oh, I got words for Shake. I have words for Shake. But let me finish out Jared because I just feel a way about Shake being so freaking judgy when I mean he's not a bad looking guy in the face, but I'm gonna need that soft bodied, pillowed bodied man to not be so particular about what his woman needs to look like. Because sir. But anyway, let's get back into this one. So we got the wheel that came out. Right. Oh, his friends definitely look like F boys from around. They look like F men. They look like the type that will become F elders. Like, they don't look like the settling down type. They look like the type of guys that they look like the type of guys I've been running into on the dating apps. They just look like a waste of time. Universe and birds of a feather flock together. That is a true statement. So give me more. How does Ayanna feel about Jared? We got Queen of Emotions. Ayanna's not convinced. Now, what I can tell you is Ayanna wants this to be real. Like, she wants it to be true, but she's not convinced. So in regards to sincerity, I definitely feel like Ayanna's more sincere. And that one's the one that we can see. You know, like you can see in her, interactions. However, though, she's not convinced. I do feel like Ayanna's going to leave. She's going to leave this relationship. I give their relationship a good year worth of a try. So I know they shot this over the summer of 2021, I believe. So long story short, I don't think at this moment Ayanna and Jared are still together. Or if they are, they're breaking up in 2022. But let's see. Now you make me want to watch. What episodes are y'all on? Yeah, it's on episode 8. But it's a real good, honestly, re-kicker. I super suggested. I wasn't expecting to get as caught up in this season as I did, but I don't know, somehow, some way I got hooked. And it's probably because it's Chicago, so, I mean, I'm sure that's a big part. But I had seen all the spoilers from the first season that I didn't go back and watch, but this one I'm like, if they come out with a Love is Blind 3 and for a different city, I'm in. I've invested and I'm going to watch. Universe, give me the outcome between Jared and Ayanna. The ultimate outcome. What's going to become of their marriage? Ultimate outcome. What's going to become of their marriage? 9 of Emotions. That's the 9 of Cups in the reverse. What I tell y'all. 9 of Emotions. Y'all, it's not a love match. Knight of Cups in the reverse, Knight of Swords in the reverse, Justice card. He's going to apologize. There's going to be some type of apologies at some point. Because once again, Jared's not changing his ways. They're not even going to be following each other on social media. They're letting go. Queen of Materials. Y'all, it's not a match. I wish I had like Yard Stream right now. I actually need to get my computer and camera battery fixed so I can like Yard Stream the way I want to. But this is an X. The relationship is not going to last. It's not. I give them under a year. And that's from when we're seeing them get married over the summer of 2021. So they may not even be together right now. So that's that one. Ooh, Emma, you don't think Nick is going to say yes. Now, Emma, honest to goodness, if Nick knows what's good for him, because once again, it's not what Danielle looks like. I think Danielle is a pretty woman. And like I said, in the pods, Emma, she seemed so sweet. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I can resonate with her. I feel like this is a woman who's just, she's putting her heart on the line. But honestly, Danielle is like she's like 18. She's not out of college yet. And I do feel like Danielle more so than anything needs counseling because she is the poster child for self-sabotage. And it makes me want to just like shake her every time, like, girl, you could be living your best life right now. So if Nick knows what's good for him, he would say no. In my humble opinion, of course. And now I will say I absolutely love Danielle's mom. I mean, her mother seems so sweet. Like she has Mother of the Year. So when it comes to family, Danielle is winning. But I wish Danielle wouldn't self-sabotage so much because it's sad. It hurts to watch. Yeah, Nick needs to run and Nick seems so normal. Like I know, like I felt a little ways about his homemade deodorants and toiletries, but at the same time, I'm like, but Nick is confident. He stands on who he is. Like Nick is like, yeah, I made my own toothpaste. But Nick seems a lot more mature than Danielle, and Nick seems a lot more ready. And Nick's very self-aware, so I don't know. Nick needs somebody who is a lot more healed in those aspects. She's awesome, but that's what I'm saying. Like, Danielle seems like a sincerely great person. It's so sad to see her self-sabotage so much because I'm like, even in the insecurities that I see that I see when Danielle talks, I'm like looking at it. I'm like, Danielle, this is not the reason why people are running from you now. Like, it's not because of what you look like. Like, and it's not, even if Danielle was heavier, it won't be because what she looks like. Danielle is a pretty lady. I'm like, it's not because of what you look like, girl. It's, you got to work through that stuff. She got to do some shadow work. And I want to see Danielle win because Danielle does seem like a sweetheart. But what I am seeing with Danielle, like, if I just do like a psychological breakdown, and that's what I be doing when I be watching these shows too. If I do a psychological breakdown, Emma, what I see in Danielle is there's a lot of triggers there. So you can see that Danielle has been through a lot of relationship trauma. And even with how it's like that self-sabotage is a protection mode that she goes into. It's a survival mode. And so what I'm saying is a lot of relationship PTSD. And she even talked about it, like how, past partners would be, lying next to her, looking at other women, flirting, comparing and contrasting, just being ass wipes. So I get why why she self-sabotages. But at the same time, I'm like, I want Danielle to actively get herself together. If her and Nick do walk down the aisle, I really want Danielle to get into some counseling. Like, I'm really, really, really want to see her, get some good therapy. Because Danielle is the perfect example of why, it's about confidence in how we see ourselves and not our physical appearance. Because Danielle is a very pretty lady and she has a great shape, but yet she's thinking in her mind that, oh, it's my, what if I get bigger, that will stop people from loving me. And it's like, no, that's not it. And Daniela, or I keep calling her Danielle reminds me of Khloe Kardashian in those aspects. Khloe for me is a great example of, it's not beauty, because if it was the beauty, then, you know, Tristan wouldn't be cheating on her. You know, it's her confidence. So I want Danielle to have confidence, you know, in herself, in her ability. The same type of confidence she seems to have when it comes to work life and her, you know, her passions and her quirkiness. I want her to put that same, you know, confidence in her love life, because whoo, whoo, she's a lot to watch. She's a lot to watch. Um, you said exactly, major shadow work. That's why it's not good to date when you're unhealed. Yeah, yeah, she's not healed. She's huge self-worth issues, huge. Yeah, she's not healed. And it's like, I want somebody to tell her, like, Danielle, it's not what you look like. It is not what you look like. Girl, it is not what you look like. So let's do Danielle and Nick. Let's find out about them. She'll probably learn when she watches it back. I think so too, Ariana. I think when she watches this back, and a lot of the other couples, when they watch it back, they're gonna find out a lot of stuff about themselves. Like, what? Was that me? I think she's going to be, you know, have some self-realizations, you know, when she watches this back. Absolutely reminds me so much of Khloe. Yes, so much of Khloe Kardashian. And I'm thinking to myself, because Khloe was never ugly. Like, if we be real about it, Khloe Kardashian was never an ugly woman. She didn't look like Kim or Courtney, but she wasn't ugly. Like, she was always pretty. Now I will say this. I'm going to give it to Khloe, because Khloe did have a major glow up. Khloe looks amazing now. But she was cute then, too. However, though, notice Khloe is still dealing with them same issues. Same trashy men. Same men that's cheating on her with anything with a pulse and a vagina. Same. And this last one, Tristan, has to be the worst. I mean, like, you, baby gate? Anytime you getting folks pregnant on me, oh no. Oh no. You're not invited on my block no more, let alone my house. But case in point, Khloe hasn't left that man because it's a confidence issue. So I'm gonna need Khloe to fix herself too. But anyway, let's get into Danielle and Nick. So let's see. First, let's see the prediction. Will they walk down the, will they say, well, we know, wait, actually, we left off on Danielle saying yes. Will Nick say yes? And then I want to know about the relationship in general. What else did I say I wanted to know about? Oh, outcome, and then how they truly feel about each other. So let's see. Universe, thank you for the channel messages. Will Nick say yes to marrying Danielle? We got the death card in the reverse. Actually, no. Let me call in their spirit guides. Spirit guides of Nick and Danielle. Nick and Danielle's ancestors. Will Nick say yes to Danielle? We got the Seven of Staffs. Will Nick say yes to Danielle? Ooh. It's looking, okay, hold on. We got the Knight of Pentacles in a reverse. This is interesting. So here's the prediction that I have thus far. It's going to be a prolonged moment. So you know how, like, last episode, it paused on, you know, Nick. Okay, 1 second, y'all. Small tangent. I've never seen anybody that nervous in my life. I mean, Nick was sweating through his suit. And, I mean, don't get me wrong. Chicago summers get quite hot and muggy. It feels like a pool sometimes. But, I mean, man, I was like, Nick, come on now. I'm surprised they didn't get a man, like, you know, like a fan or something. Like, somebody needed to have set that up outside, because he was sweating. But I'm seeing him struggle with saying yes. It's like, what I'm getting with this Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Staffs, it's a wanting to say yes. Now, he wants to say yes. He actually likes Danielle. That's what I'm getting in the energy. But he can't ignore the other issues. That's what he's grappling with. Yeah, I mean, that man, you would have thought he jumped out of a shower. I was like, come on, y'all needed to give him a fan. This is not okay. Nick is not okay. For a second, I'm like, is he going to have a stroke? He's sweating too much. Will Nick say yes? Give me one more card to solidify. Will Nick says yes. He's struggling with making that yes decision. That's what I'm saying with that one. But what I can tell you is he sincerely wants to say yes in that episode. He sincerely wants to say yes, but he's at a point where he's thinking about all the other red flags. So that's what I'm getting with that one. Give me more information. Will Nick say yes? Give me one card. Will Nick? Will Nick say yes, universe? Thank you for the channel messages. Will Nick say yes? Ooh, okay. Now this is so crazy. So we got Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, Seven of Staves. Okay. It's some interesting energy. Okay, y'all. This is juicy. This is juicy. Now, I'm gonna go out on a limb. This is my prediction. I don't think Nick is gonna say yes. Now, this is one of two things that's happening here. Nick is either gonna say yes and ignore what he's feeling on the inside. Cause Nick wants to say yes. That's what I'm picking up. Nick wants to say yes so bad. So Nick is either gonna say yes and ignore what he's feeling on the inside about, the things that he feels like are red flags with Danielle, or he's going to say no, standing on the fact that he's seeing red flags with Danielle. So, whew, I don't know. Let me see. What stance do I want to take? What prediction do I want to take overall? Something in me says he's going to say yes, but there's a big no here. So, okay. My official prediction is that he's going to say yes, though he wants to say no, but he wants to say no to the red flags, but he wants to say yes to Danielle because he does sincerely like her. That's what I'm getting with that one. All right, so let's see. Give me one more, universe. Just one more to clear my mind. Is Nick saying yes to Danielle? Is Nick saying yes to Danielle? Is Nick saying yes to Danielle? Ooh, we got Blessings of Ganesh in reverse. Okay. I need to pick a side and stick to it. But it's not looking like... Okay, I'm going to go with the cards. It's looking like he's saying no. It's looking like he's saying no. Ooh, it's looking like he's saying no. But it's also looking like he wants to say yes. Y'all, I'm undecided. I'm going to have to not take a side. No, I have to take a side. I have to make a prediction. I have to make a prediction. A big part of me feels like he's going to ignore his intuition. His intuition is telling him to say no. Big part of me is telling me he's going to ignore his intuition and say yes to her. That's what I'm feeling. I'm going to stick with the yes. They should probably date for a little... Right, that's what I think, Emma. They should date for a little while longer. Like, hold the relationship, marriage part on hold. All right, so tell me about their relationship. Will Nick and Danielle last? Tell me about the relationship. Or no. I don't want to get to outcome yet. Tell me about their relationship. What's going on right now with Nick and Daniela in their relationship? What's going on right now? We got the 10 of Arrows in the reverse. Ooh, we got the 4 of Cups. I might have to change my prediction. Y'all, it's a no. I'm getting a no. Because right now, it's giving me 4 Cups. And it's giving me 10 of Arrows in the reverse. It's giving me... Nick's not... They're not together. But at the same time, I feel like... there's no communication, really. It's like we can be social media friends. Is Nick and... Let's see. Give me more information. What's going on with their relationship right now? Maybe it'll be... Gianna and Damien from season 1 said no, but still dated after. Okay, because, like, seriously, Ariana, like, oh my gosh, like, this energy right now between Nick and Danielle, like, Nick is fighting. It's something in him that's saying no. But he wants to say yes. Like, he wants to say yes in his heart of hearts, but his logic is like, nah, it's a no for me. Like, his logic is really kicking in. So I'm going to go ahead and change my answer to a no. His logic is really saying no. But he wants to say yes to her. So they still have some sort of communication. He doesn't dislike her, but I don't get that they're together right now. So let's see about, how does Nick feel about Danielle? Universe, thank you for the channel messages. How is Nick feeling about Danielle? 5 of Arrows in the upright. How is Nick? The Empress in the reverse. Oh, wow. How does Nick feel about that? The Hermit card. Oh, y'all, yeah. I don't think Nick and Danielle are in communication, like, close right now. We got the 5 of Arrows. Like, once again, like, I feel like I'm hearing the words, I tried my best. Like, I feel like Nick really wanted to see this happen. But the Empress literally is a card about relationships, and it's in a reverse. It's telling me that there's no relationship right here. Then the Hermit card, which is a card about, walking away, singleness, healing. Nick is trying to find true love. Like, he's truly trying to find true love, but he did not find it with Danielle. And I'm getting, in regards to that, he felt there's some grief behind it because he did want it to work. So he was sincere in those regards. Give me more information. How does Danielle feel about Nick? 2 cards. How does Danielle feel about Nick? How does Danielle feel about Nick? How does Danielle feel about Nick? 4 of Wands in the upright. 2 of disc. She wants the commitment. She definitely really likes Nick. She wants the commitment with the 4 of Wands. The 2 of discs, she wants balance. But the Page of Wands, her hiccups, once again, it's even coming up in the cards. It comes up with her confidence, her foresight into the future, and being able to see beyond, issues that happened with her in the past. So once again, this is one of those situations where it would have definitely worked out if Danielle had more healing and more trust and more confidence. So let's get some outcome. Give me outcome between Nick and Danielle. Outcome between Nick and Danielle. She gonna drive him up a wall. Yeah. Aw. Give me outcome between Nick and Danielle's relationship. Universe, spirit guides. Outcome between Nick and Danielle. Give me 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. Judgment in the upright. Y'all, this looks like an amicable breakup. Give me outcome between. We got 7 of Cups in the reverse. King of Cups in the upright. 8 of Staves in reverse. Oh, yeah, y'all, this is an amicable breakup. They're not together. This couple isn't together right now. Now, once again, it wasn't one of those, like, I hate you, stay away from me, you raggedy bee. No, but, yeah, they walked away. It wasn't giving on either end. I do hope, in all of this, Danielle gets the help that she needs in regards to, talk therapy, releasing, those old past relationship wounds from those guys that did not deserve her. So I'm hoping that she gets a chance to work through that and realize, like, her worth, because she seems like a definitely really nice, really great individual if she allows that to be seen. But her self-sabotage is definitely protection mode. That's what that is. All right, so let's go to Shake and Deep Tea. Now, I want to get a different deck for Shake and Deep Tea. I want to get my Hoodoo deck. Right, I can't wait for Friday either. I'm like super geek. That's what made me, that's what inspired this, this reading, Emma. Like, I've been like bugging my friends about this show. I've been live tweeting, like, literally. I did not expect to get this hooked. He's dragging her along. He is. Now, my prediction is that Shake and Deep Tea are going to go to distance. Now, Deep Tea is my favorite on the show. Well, actually, I like most of the women. Like, I feel I like most of them because I like Ayana too. I really like Natalie also. I like Mallory. Yeah, I like most of the women. Who else? And then Sal, I really like Sal. Kyle, who got his heart broken for the world to see. I thought he was really sweet and really compromising. I was like, he's trying. I'm split on Shane. Shane has good moments, but but Shane has good moments. Shake is an absolute fool. Like, he's a foolish man. Jared, him and Shane kind of feel like they're one of the same. Jared has good moments, but Jared is opportunist. Who's the other person? Oh, and then Nick. I like Nick too. But Deep Tea, I would say she's up there with my fave. But my prediction is that Shake and Deepti are going to go the distance. And I'm just saying that one not because of these very disparaging remarks that Shake has been making, because, like I said, Shake is obviously a fool. But going from Indian culture. So I feel like because of Indian culture, because of Indian tradition of arranged marriages, and you have a lot of people who marry within those arranged marriages who aren't in love going into the marriage, but um, Indian people tend to have the higher marriage success rate, because just scientifically, people have also done studies on if you're going into a marriage that if you're going into an arranged marriage, the reason why it lasts longer is because you're going into that marriage with off the premises of love. So you're already going into the marriage knowing that love has to be more than love to bond you all. So you're working harder to get to know, to to figure out what you like about this person, and then eventually you do fall into love with this person. So that's the success rate with arranged marriages, and why I feel like Deepti and Shake will at least give it a good college try. Now, that's if we're talking about Deepti and Shake going off of, uh, their cultural, tradition, like, oh, we're going to do the arranged marriage thing and we're going to try it. Now, they're also very Americanized. Shake is very American, and so is Deepti. So if we're going off of American tradition, which you just be flailing in the wind, then it's not gonna go anywhere. They're not gonna make it, and Shake doesn't deserve Deepti, because I have so many issues with Shake. One, it makes me sad that Shake and Deepti, these are the first Indian people that they're dating. Like, it's a real huge self-love issue for me, and I'm like, how are you not attracted to your own? How are you not attracted to the thing you grew up with, the people that you see in your household, what you see in the mirror? How do you not see beauty in that? And then how do you judge it as ugh, as if that's not you? Like, Shake was like, ugh, I never did Indian girls, and I'm like, dude, you are Indian and you look very Indian. How do you not see you? Like, did you not love your mom? And then on top of the whole, like, Shake criticizing everybody's body, and I know Shake had that story. I used to be a fat kid, do 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 do. And I get it, I get it, I get it. But Shake, my man, like, dude, you are not Dwayne the Rock Johnson. I'm gonna need you to calm that down. You have no room to be out here judging bodies when your body is soft. There is no muscle mass in that man's upper body. So I'm like, you can't. You cannot. You cannot. And I don't think he can lift anybody over his shoulders other than a child, because the man has no muscle mass. I saw no biceps. No biceps in Mexico. Can y'all I date someone you're not physically attracted to, though? That's a good question, Emma. I could date somebody. Okay, this is about to sound crazy. I can see myself dating someone I'm not initially physically attracted to if I get to know that person and I become attracted to their personality. Now, it has happened before. It has truly true. So I'm not even lying. Emma, it has happened before. I remember dating a guy, and this man played me to the left too, and it was heartbreaking. But I was not physically attracted to him. But over time, I got to know him, and then that's what made me attracted to him. And then I was very forthcoming about my emotions, because he was very forthcoming about his emotions, and then he just took it and ran, as if he didn't look like Quasimodo. Okay, but that's another story for another day. Um, Yeah, Deeps is cool. I don't think Shane likes anyone. He's on Playtime. Yeah, Shane is definitely on a come up scheme. He's on a come up scheme. Ariana says, yeah, he doesn't deserve her. I feel like it's embarrassing for Deepti to eventually watch him call her unattractive over and over and over. Right. Like, he gives us I mean, I really like Deepti. I mean, she's like my aunt. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then y'all know when somebody calling you auntie, like, he low key calling Deepti old. Like, y'all know that, right? Like, she's like my aunt. Like, she not like your sister. Like, even if you didn't have the attraction to her, and you just felt like DT was like just cool. He didn't say my sister. He said my auntie. So you calling DT old. How dare you? How dare you, Anderson Cooper, with his premature gray? How dare he? Anyway, let me get into this reading. So those are my thoughts on that. She's like my aunt. Okay, Unk. Like, what are you doing? So, universe, thank you for the channeled messages. Someone cute but short. When I want someone tall, I might get tricked at first if it's a dating site and I only looked at the face. Yeah, I will say I've seen people heights because I'm more inclined to dating taller guys, but I mean I date shorter guys too. But I've looked past maybe not a conventionally beautiful face on a guy if he's tall, because like I'm like, ooh, he's tall, you know. But yeah. But let's see, universe, thank you for these channel messages. Will Deepti and Shake marry? Will they say yes? I believe so, because the show keeps on really teasing them as a couple, even in the promos and stuff. I think so. But let's see. Will Deepti and Shake get married? Will they both say yes? We got the Two of Knives in the upright. Will Deepti and Shake both get married? Will they both say yes? We have these. See, I'm not getting the right energy off of this one. We got the Son of Knives in the reverse. We got the Son of Coins. Now this says, I can tell you what this is. We got the Two of Sticks. Will they get married? Or did they get married, I should say. Did they get married? We have the Hanged Man in the reverse. Okay. Did they get married? And then we have the Eight of Coins in the reverse. Now, I know the cards are in reversals, but I'm standing on the heel of they got married. Now, I do want to break down these cards, though, because we have the Two of Knives and we have the Two of Sticks. I feel like there was a lot of energy surrounding decisions. And not decisions of, I don't feel like Shake is contemplating, should I marry Deepti? And I definitely don't think Deepti is contemplating it. But I feel like this Two of Knives and this Two of Sticks is more so like, you know, should I marry this person? Can I get over my hang-ups? Will we fall in love in the future? So that's what that is. Then we got the Son of Coins and the Son of Knives, which is the Knight of Coins and the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Honestly, this is giving, you know, an investment. I'm not convinced that Shake is invested in this relationship, but I do feel that Shake is going to go forward with the relationship. And I do think that it's going to lead to them working on the relationship. So my strong prediction is a yes, they're married. And then part of that too, they've been giving us clue. I think the only one that the Love is Blind show feels confident about is Deepti and Shake actually marrying. Because like I said, all of the promo, it highlights them. But the Hanged Man in the reverse, this is telling me, okay, there's movement there. But once again, it's this energy of I need to be convinced. And this Eight of Coins, it's going to take a lot of work. I feel like in this point in time, it's that type of work where it feels mechanical. It feels like I'm going to do the duty, but Shake has to be convinced. That's what I'm getting with that one. Shake still has to be convinced. So let's see. Tell me about Shake's and Deepti's relationship at the moment. Tell me about Shake and Deepti's relationship. Tell me more about Shake and Deepti's relationship. Universe. Shake's spirit guides, ancestors, Deepti's spirit guides and ancestors. Tell me about. Okay, Nine of Coins. Nine of Coins. They're two very independent people. That's the energy that I'm getting. Two very independent people, very hardworking, and there's a lot of emphasis here on business and working business. Now, here's the deal. I'm picking up, look, Deepti is smart. And Deepti is more than just, okay, like Deepti definitely wants a husband, definitely wants a family, and Deepti wants babies. Like she wants to be a mother. But Deepti is also about her coins. She's about her money. She's about, her life, her lifestyle. So what I'm getting is that right now they're working on an angle of, relationship as a business more so than relationship from love. Like I do feel like, once again, I feel like if they make it the distance, like if Deepti and Shake somehow some way stay married, that it will go the distance, and I can see Shake really being ooh. But right now I feel like this is more of a business relationship. It's a true marriage, like they're truly married, but it's business. Because look, hair finding in reverse, it's a business. It's like we're two separate married people, like. But I'm not feeling the oh my gosh, like ooh, yes, I just can't wait to get home. I'm not feeling that. So let's see, give me more information, universe. What's going on between Shake and Deep D's relationship? Star card in reverse, yeah. I'm getting that they're together, but once again, they're working off of a different angle with this relationship. I'm not feeling like deep romantic. I'm bonding. Look, son of baskets, but there's room for growth. Why does this look blurry? Hold on. Oh, okay. There's room for growth. There's hope for growth. That's what I'm getting with that one. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay. Why does this look? It looks crooked. All right. Let me stop messing with stuff. All right. So let's see. How does Shake truly feel about Deepti? What is Shake truly feeling about Deepti? What is Shake truly feeling about Deepti? We got the Strength card. Okay, that's interesting. Strength card in the upright. How does Shake truly feel about Deepti? How does Shake truly feel about Deepti? We have the Father of Knives. And we have the Four of Coins. Now, look, Mother of Sticks. Now, this is kind of hopeful and kind of interesting in the energy because, Shake has so many disparaging remarks that he's been making. We have the Emperor in the upright. There's a determination here that I'm seeing in the cards. There's a determination that Shake has in regards to getting to know Deepti. There's a determination in trying to make the relationship work. There's a determination in seeing this through. I am getting a very therapeutic angle. Now, one thing I did appreciate about Shake was how self-aware he was and how open he was to exploring the very obvious issues he had going on with, self-identity, self-love, and then other things that was wrapped into just self-perception, even in saying, the shallowness that he, was very comfortable in displaying. I feel like, yeah, there's a lot of determination here because there's a deep wanting to heal. Now, I want to say shout out to Shake's mom because Shake mom, that's how you get your son together. I've seen mothers out here that let their sons run amok. Their sons could be whole serial killers and the mothers just be, oh, but that's my baby, all types of delusional. But that mama, shout out to his mom. That is a woman. That is a woman right there. She straight up told him, like, look here. She don't deserve nothing less than the best. And if you ain't got nothing to give her, then I'm going to need you to move aside, sir. I don't care whose son you are. I don't care you came out of my vagina. I'm going to need you not to act like you a dusty. I'm going to need you to act like you was raised with some common sense. I'm going to need you to act like you know. That's a mama. And that's a woman. That is a woman right there. But yeah, so he's determined to make the relationship happen. So that's hopeful to see. Let's see what's going on with Deepti. How does Deepti feel about Shake, universe? True in his heart of hearts. How is Deepti feeling about Shake? How is Deepti feeling about Shake? Give me 2 cards. 2 of baskets. Ooh, I wasn't expecting that on her end. How does Deepti feel about Shake? 10 of coins. She don't know if this gonna go to distance. High priestess in reverse. There's a strong disconnect. Y'all, I just heard she's feeling duped. She doesn't know. She doesn't know if this is gonna go to distance. We got 10 of coins in the reverse. We got 2 of baskets. Once again, I told you she wants love in her relationship. She wants to feel romantic love. You know, it's like she doesn't want to do the, oh my gosh, I guess I can stick it out and make it work. She doesn't want to feel that. She wants to feel love. And she's feeling very disconnected from Shake. Give me one more. How is DT feeling about? And we got the 7 of coins. But she's invested. Okay. She's not feeling it. So they're kind of both in the same area about feelings. Like, they don't know exactly where they stand on the romance meter, but they are invested in seeing what happens if they continue to go forward. That's what I'm getting with that one. So interesting. And let's get some outcome real quick. Give me outcome between Deepti and Shake. Will they stay together? Outcome between Deepti and Shake. Outcome between Deepti and Shake. We have the death card. Ooh. Outcome between Deepti and Shake. We got the 5 of knives in the reverse. Ooh, I'm not liking this energy. We got the mother of coins. Y'all, these cards are saying it ain't going to work out in the long run. Outcome between Deepti and Shake. They'll be each other's first spouses. Outcome between Deepti and Shake. 9 of sticks. 10 of baskets in the reverse. Y'all, these cards are saying it's not going to work out. Now, here's the thing that I'm getting. I'm actually feeling, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. This one's telling me a no. Like, literally, we got the death card in the upright. It's telling me a no. This 5 of knives is telling me it's not going to work out in the long term, but they are going to give it a good college try. But, yeah. That's what I'm getting with that one. So, let me see what you all were saying in the chat. Yeah, he doesn't deserve her. It's embarrassing for Deepti to eventually watch him call her unattractive. Yeah, over and over. Emma says, yes, he's so disrespectful. She really wants to bond, but he doesn't. It's effed up. Really, it is effed up. Rekicker says, you know, the guys that purposely date outside their race always say somewhere their race reminds them of their aunt or mom. It's a weird put down. It is such a weird put down. I'm like, his aunt? I'm like, why are you disrespecting Deepti like that? And I'm like, if Deepti reminds you of your aunt, like, well, you must have had a real cool auntie somewhere, but like, ugh. Like, sir. Yeah, Shake really needs to, I mean, and we, in all realisticness, like, we know where, you know, Shake's self-hate is coming from. Not from his parents, but, you know, that's, you know, colonialism. That's deep colonialism. That's, you know, how, you know, life has been indoctrinated into, you know, Indian culture within India. You know, at one point, you know, India was under British rule. So there's a lot of deep, traumatic, you know, ties that's connected to colonialism. And then living in a country like, you know, America, which is, oh gosh, like, we are a dumpster fire, especially when it comes to, you know, identity and culture and self-hate within different cultures within our country. It's a dumpster fire thing. So it's like, to give Shake a little bit of, you know, benefit of the doubt, or not to be as, you know, I guess terrible. It's like, I see where it comes from, but it's actually, but it's super sad though. It's super sad because I'm like, you know, he's officially been convinced that his culture, the culture that he's in, his body, his blood, is not good enough, and that he himself is not attractive. I'm sorry, like, I can't walk around thinking I'm ugly. Like, no. Especially if I'm be in this body for this entire lifetime and I plan on having a long lifetime, I can't be walking around thinking I'm ugly. No. Or thinking that it's unacceptable. Now, once again, it's a difference if Shake was falling in love with women of different races and cultures because he truly fell in love with these women, or he truly, like, I really like her. You know, I really want to get to know her. But, like, literally, he's been out here fetishizing white women. And then on top of that, the very stereotypical version, because of course, you know, women of different cultures, white women come in different types of makeup, different types of, you know, hair colors. Like, he specifically pointed out blonde hair and blue eyes. And then it's like, if we go down the pathology of blonde hair, blue eyes, and how, of course, you know, a very terrible person was eradicating, you know, an entire population of people because they weren't blonde haired and blue eyed. It's like it's such a deep pathology that goes into that. And I'm like, on the one end, it's like, oh wow, it's interesting that Shake was that honest, but it's very embarrassing. It's very embarrassing. And I'm like, dude, you're not even saying like, I'm like, you're very particular about it. So I'm like, what if she had red hair and green eyes? Like, would that woman not be acceptable? Like, does she have to look like Malibu Barbie? And then we need to get into why she has to look exactly like Malibu Barbie. But once again, he's not looking like Ken. And I'm not talking about blonde hair, blue eyed Ken. I'm talking about his body makeup. This man constantly judging, but yet does not have the abs of Zac Efron. How dare you? How? You cannot come out here flubby and telling me that I'm not snatched. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And he needs counseling. The man needs therapy. And he's a fool. And if he's a fool that lets Deepti go, then he needs to let her go so she can get a better man who will appreciate who she is. That's that. Nah, you gotta be cute. So I've definitely only looked at the face in conversation, then been like, damn, you're only 5'6". Oh, I will say, I think a lot of men who are shorter than like 5'10" worry about that. Like, oh man, they not gonna like me because I'm short. I will say I'm happy to be a woman in those regards because I can't imagine being a short man. Whoo. Yeah, because even like really attractive short guys get the short end of the stick. No puns intended. Well, all puns intended. From time to time. You said, yes, I have to be attracted to them physically and emotionally. I can never settle. True that, Emma. I can't settle either. I just, I'll try. I'll keep out there trying, but I want to be happy in a relationship. Um, where do I watch the show? Netflix. Yes, Reed Kicker. It's on Netflix. Um, hey, Fiery Phoenix. Yeah, Shake is trying. He's trying. Yeah, that's what I said. I can point out the good things that I've seen in Shake because I do like how he's self-aware, and you know, I want to see from the angle of knowing where that pathology comes from with Shake, you know, the lack of self-love for his self and his culture, you know, or the parts that he picks out of his culture, but the deep, you know, um the deep roots of Americanizing and assimilating in order to run away from, you know, your original self because we've been told that ourselves are not good enough, you know. And that goes across, you know, from different cultures. You know, throughout history, oppressors have told different cultures of different people, even different cultures of different white people, they're not good enough, so you must assimilate. So I thought that it was really interesting. Not only did he say, oh, you know, white women, but he specifically said blonde hair, blue eyed. And that has a very deep pathology of, like, once again, when we go and we think about, you know, the Holocaust, when we think about Nazis, that was the stance, that was one of the main stance that Hitler took in regards to, you know, trying to eradicate Jewish people, you know. They were not blonde hair, blue eyes. So that for me had a lot of issues wrapped into it. And I'm like, come on, Shake. Like, really, dude? Like, really? Oh my gosh. Like, so it was deeper than that because what he was saying was like, it wasn't just white women. He was chasing a phenotype. It's deep, y'all. I'm telling you, it's deep. But he was like, but how can he be all up on her, then switch up the next day? That's what I think. I think what happened, Fiery Phoenix, is when he initially saw Deepti, I think he saw her like her outer appearance. You know, like Deepti is a pretty woman, and she has a really nice shape. And I think that's what he saw because he seems like somebody who's very, you know, visual and very shallow. So he saw that, oh my gosh, she's not ugly, you know, she's not an ogre, she's not 900 pounds. That's what he liked initially. That's my thought. That's what he liked initially. And then even the way he was groping her and grabbing her. I mean, and I get it. It was like passionate if it was real. But he liked the fact, I think he liked the fact that she honestly, that she wasn't a bit good, that she wasn't fat. That's my true opinion. I think he liked that he saw a slender woman. And then it started to dawn on me that, oh, wow, yeah, this is an Indian woman. I don't date Indian women. That's what I'm getting with that one. In regards to why he was so attracted initially, or seemingly so, and then why it switched up. Oh, also, for those of you that are watching, if y'all can help me out, because you know the algorithm be tripping with me, give this video a like or give this stream a like, please. Thank you much. Thank you much. Um, who was I going to after this one? Who was I going to after this? Let's do Mallory and Sal, and let's end on Shane and Natalie. So Mallory and Sal. So I think Sal is endearing. I like the little singing that he do with his little ukulele. I think it's super cute. And you all, you know what I think is super cute too? How he asked Mallory permission. Like thank you all for the likes. He asked Mallory for permission to kiss her. And I was like, oh, that is so cute. Oh my goodness. Like, that would make me fall. And I like how when Sal's sisters told Mallory about the woman that Sal was breadcrumbing and stringing along, before he did Love is Blind. I like how when they talked about it and Mallory was like, you can't do that to me. Don't do that again, da da da. And then Sal, he sounded so sweet. He was like, can I sit next to you? And I was like, oh my gosh. Now, Sal is somebody I can see, I'm like, okay, I would fall for Sal because the singing would have got me, and the whole like sweetness of, just that whole like, can I, like not assuming that I could just take over possession. I think Sal is really sweet. Now, in regards to the woman that he was with prior to, I can see that being a tricky situation, because it did come out that he was dating somebody for a year. But now Sal did say, now here's a cautionary tale, ladies. Here's a cautionary tale, because guys will always tell you where they stand with you. And what I heard Sal telling Mallory was, yes, I did have a woman that I was dealing with for a year, but I told her up front that I am going on this show and I still plan on going on this show. And essentially, we can hang out, but it won't go anywhere. So, what I heard in that situation was essentially it sounded like Sal was saying that he gave her all of the parameters, say, if you choose to pass go, this is what the stipulations are. And essentially, Sal was saying to her, we're going to have fun. It may even feel real deep sometimes, but I'm still going to do what I'm going to do. And it sucks. It sucks, but that's the important lesson of why you got to listen to people when they tell you what they're saying. Because, yeah, it seemed like somebody got their poor little heart broken because they didn't believe that he meant what he said. And then he did. And then he married Mallory, who he met within a week. So that's the situation with that one. But let's see. Let's see if they actually say yes. Libra Goddess, unpopular opinion. I think Mallory and Jared would have been fun. Honestly, Libra, I'm with you on that one. I think Mallory and Jared, they made more sense to me. If I had to match them, they made more sense because, well, I'm going to say, kind of. What I see in Mallory is I see Mallory wanting to break out of her mode. So Mallory made the statement that she normally dates guys like Jared. So I guess that was her norm. And so what I'm thinking to myself, because Mallory also is like, what, 32, 33 at the time of filming. So knowing, being a woman of that age group myself, it's like you at that point where it's like, you know what? I've been with the same type of guy. These men keep being the same type of guy. I need to try something different. And I think her natural incline was to go towards a Jared because that's probably who she's dated more notably. But Sal seems like a softer guy. Like he seems like there's a lot of masculinity off of Sal, but it's not aggressive. It's not, overpowering, It's a very calm energy. And I feel like, maybe guys like Jared have been more exciting for her in the past. So I can definitely see Mallory and Jared have really hitting it off really well. But at the same time, I see Mallory, especially, taking into consideration with her statement that she made about dating guys like Jared, and then taking high consideration in her age. I'm like, no, Mallory is at that point where she really wants to settle down, and she's now trying something different. She's trying to choose the good guy, or the guy that seems, a little bit more mild mannered, than her last prospects. So I definitely, yeah, I agree. Her and Jared seem like they would have clicked really well, but I think she's probably been burned in the past by her previous, romantic interest, and now she's like, okay, let me Let me try the good guy. Let me try the good guy. So that's what I think drew her to Sal. Plus, Sal is interesting. You know, I feel like he's interesting. He seems like the type of person. He's quiet but not shy. Like you know, it's like he speaks with intention. You know, and he's not afraid to speak up. So I'm like, okay, he's not afraid to speak up. And then he seems like, you know, the type that likes to have fun, go out, do stuff. So I was like, okay, yeah. So, but I think they would have had fun. But I think Mallory being 32 or 33 whenever the show was shot, she wants something. She wants a commitment. She wants something different. Um, let's see. Let's find out. Mal and Sal. Now, if they do stay together, that is cute. Mal and Sal. Universe, thank you for the channel messages. Mallory's spirit guides and Salvador's spirit guides. Will Mallory and Salvador get married? Do they get married? Will Mallory and Salvador get married? Ooh, we got the 5 of Cups. Y'all, these energies ain't giving. They not giving. We got the 6 of Cups. Will they get married? Will Mallory and Salvador say yes? Y'all, this is not giving anything of hope. We got 5 of Cups. You know what, Libra Goddess? I'm going to ask that question about Mallory and Jared, too. Because I am curious. I ain't going to lie. I'm going to ask the question about Mallory and Jared. But we got the 5 of Cups in the upright. We got the 6 of Cups in the reverse. And we got the Magician card in the reverse. I'm going to go off the cards and just say, this is giving me a no, 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 no. A Destiny's Child no. A 1998 no. This is a no. Now, maybe the cards are going to say something different because that last episode, this is really interesting. That last episode was not, it was giving me hope, that last episode. But I'm getting some runaway bride type of energy here. So let's see about their connection. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. Give me the connection, universe. What's going on between Mallory and Salvador? What's going on between Mallory and Salvador's relationship? What's going on between Mallory? We got the 10 of Cups in the reverse. What's going on between Mallory and Salvador? We got the oh gosh. Ooh, no, I don't like this. Ooh, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Ooh, ugh. Okay, so here's the deal that I'm getting with that one, with these two. They're not married now, but I am getting that they tried to maybe date. They tried to maybe see what was there, but they're not married. We got 10 of Cups in the reverse. We got the 2 of Wands in reverse, and we got the Empress in reverse. There's no relationship right there. And I'm picking up something in regards to Salvador's sisters. I feel like they're happy about this. Salvador's sisters are happy about this, that the relationship did not work out. And Mallory, was it Mallory's mother or aunt? I can't remember who the woman was, that her relation to Mallory, in that meeting that they had when Salvador met, you know, Mallory's family. But she's definitely happy that this didn't work out. And it's not because they feel that, you know, it's not because, you know, either of their families felt like, you know, oh, that person is the devil himself, you know. But it is, the family wasn't convinced that this was a good idea. Considering the time frame, you didn't know anybody before that, and yeah. It was her sister. Yeah, her sister is quite ecstatic that it didn't work out. Once again, not because she hated Salvador or she wanted Mallory to be unhappy. No, she just was not convinced that this was a good idea based in all of the facts surrounding. That's what I'm getting with that one. So let's see. How does Salvador feel about Mallory? How does Salvador feel about Mallory? High Priestess. Ooh, a lot of connectivity. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Queen of Pentacles. He still cares. Look at that. He still cares. And there's a lot of spiritual connection. He feels a very deep spiritual connection to Mallory. He definitely still cares, but he's not actively pursuing Mallory at this point. So let's see. Give me more information. How does Mallory feel about Salvador? How does Mallory feel about Salvador? Justice in reverse. Ooh. Knight of Wands in reverse. Are these, reversals? Okay, the cards aren't in reversed. Ooh, gosh. How does Mallory feel about Salvador? I was not expecting this one. The Hanged Man in reverse. Knight of Cups. And Nine of Cups. Five of Swords. Now, there's still now this is interesting. There's still a spiritual connection between these two. I feel like what's not working here is circumstantial. This definitely feels like circumstance. This isn't working because of circumstances. You know, there's too much that it feels like one of those situations where there was a lot that they were trying to condense in a small time in regards to getting to know each other, growing trust. And honestly, y'all, trust just takes time. That's just what it is. Trust just takes time. It just is what it is. But it feels like they were trying to put together trust. They were trying to put together, love, everything in this one box that usually take, months, years to grow. And it just didn't work out. It just didn't work out. But I'm not getting a tumultuous breakup by far. And here's the good news. I'm not seeing energy that says, I don't ever want to try it or I don't ever want this to be a thing. There's a lot of energy here of want, but it's just a lot of imbalance. It's a lot of doubts. It's a lot of stuff surrounding trust. Trust is this huge thing. And I feel like that's kind of what made things a little bit like this in the relationship. Plus, somebody got cold feet. Somebody got scared with this relationship. So that's what I'm getting with that. Now, let's get into something juicy. And let's find out about Jared's feelings for Mallory. Because, like I said, I'm not convinced. I'm sorry. Jared took on proposing to Ayana because he didn't get to marry Mallory. He didn't get to propose to Mallory. And I'm like, I'm sorry. The way he boo-hoo-hooed over Mallory, and I can only imagine what Ayana felt in seeing that playback. But the way he boo-hoo-hooed, I'm like, sir, you will not second chance Ayana. Come on. And I'm not convinced, once again, I'm not convinced that Jared was actually into Mallory. I'm convinced that Jared was into the fact that Mallory was a Hispanic woman and he was fetishizing her. That's what he was doing. He was fetishizing her because the moment he started like pointing out, like what he thought she looks like, and like once again, those like stereotype buzzwords of like, spicy Latina. Like, really, sir? Really? So Jared, like I said, I hope for Ayana's sake, she not heartbroken. Plus, Jared is a PK. He's a preacher's kid, y'all. Shout out to preacher's kids. They be crazy. Anyway, let's get into it. Universe, thank you for the channel messages. How does Jared truly feel about Mallory? How does Jared truly feel about Mallory? Give me two cards. How does Jared? We got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. We got the Six of Wands. He's following her on Insta. Go to Instagram right now. That man is following Mallory. He's keeping tabs. But he's not able to do anything about it. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. He still cares. True. He was like, I knew she was beautiful by her voice. And then, too, I want to say this in, like, small tangent. So he knew she was beautiful by her voice. I'm like, all of the ladies had, attractive sounding voices. And when I'm thinking about the ladies, like how I find it interesting how if this was, like we going off of the experiment of Love is Blind. Y'all notice how none of the thicker women, none of the plus size women made it through? Like, and I know Shake was out there, trying to, thinking he was clever and doing descriptors, but none of the plus size women made it through. And I found that to be interesting because I'm like, okay, if y'all going off of voices and voice tones, there was no way to sound, like for people to know like this person could be, big or small. And I know sometimes like you can kind of gauge things because there's heavier voices, and then there's heavier voices or deeper voice tones that's you know, more so with one culture as opposed to another culture. But I was like, and so you mean tell me none of the thick chicks or the thick dudes? Y'all notice no thick people made it through. No thickies made it through. And I found that to be really interesting. I was like, nobody. Not even one. Not even one. I found that to be interesting. So that's what that reminded me of when you said Fiery Phoenix, when you mentioned voice tones. Because I definitely feel like Jared was listening for voices. He was listening for voices. I don't think Mallory has an accent. She doesn't have an accent. Well, she has a Chicago accent, but she doesn't have like a she doesn't have a Spanish accent. But I'm sure, like, you know, just culturally, you know, if she was pronouncing or yeah, if she was pronouncing like, you know, something within her culture. If you know how people like of the culture, you have, you know, the correct enunciation of stuff. So I think it was something like that. He definitely was going through context clues. His love was not blind. It wasn't that blind. But let's see. How does Jared feel about Mallory? You said, right, they never do unless they are breathing hard. I thought she did. Yeah, I guess she did have a bit of a. You know what? When I hear Mallory's accent, like, it's like there's bits of it where it's like, okay, but Mallory's accent is like, her accent is very common. And I know too, like, different sides of the city that I've worked on and just different cultures. And I've actually worked and friends and lived within a lot of different neighborhoods where there was a lot of, you know, there's been a large like Hispanic population. So I guess maybe I'm more so desensitized to her voice. But I will say it is a native Chicago accent with like, yeah, maybe with like cultural flares within how she enunciates. But now that I'm thinking about it, Jared himself being from Chicago, he's able to hear those cultural flares. Because I will say, yeah, for the most part, I feel like Chicagoans share an accent for sure. But different neighborhoods or different cultures, you can kind of hear it, but at the same time you don't really pay much attention to it because you grow up around stuff, or you work around, or you just around people all the time. It doesn't pique your interest as, oh, that's an accent. It's just more so like, life. So, but I think he picked up on like the fact that he probably was able to tell her culture based on enunciation of certain things. So yeah, he wasn't out there for no blind love. He wasn't. But let's see, how does Jared feel about Mallory? Give me true feelings, heart to heart. How is Jared feeling about Mallory? Jared feeling about Mallory? Give me 2 more cards. We got the 8 of Cups. That's about emotional investment. Strength card in reverse. Page of Pentacles. He still likes her. He wants to pursue, but he's not going to do anything about it right now. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. But I'm telling y'all, go to Jared's Instagram. He's following her. There's still an emotional investment with the 8 of Cups, but the Strength card, he's not convinced that he could do anything about it either. That's what I'm getting with that one. It's more so surrounding what it might look like, and he doesn't think Mallory is the type of person who would be shady. She's not a Shayna. How is Mallory feeling about Jared? How does Mallory feel about Jared? How does Mallory truly feel about Jared? Give me 2 cards. How does Mallory truly feel about Jared? 2 of Pentacles in the reverse. 9 of Pentacles in the upright. How does Mallory feel about Jared? Give me 2 more cards. Ace of Wands in the upright. How does Mallory feel about Jared? Page of Cups. Page of Pentacles. Interesting. Ace of Swords. 7 of Pentacles. This is giving me the vibes of there may be communications between the two of them. There may be communications between the two of them. I see a mutual liking here. Page of Cups and Page of Pentacles. There's a mutual liking, but there's an imbalance. Like, there's an energy where she's not sure. There's a strong physical attraction. But at the same time, there's this energy of Mallory's single right now. I don't think either of them will actually pursue one another, or at least not in this time frame. Let me ask though. Let me ask that question since I'm here. But there's a mutual liking. I actually like Shayna. I would have loved to see her with Shane. I mean, everybody got their faves. But see, you know what? I didn't like the way Shayna handled the Kyle situation. And I didn't like the fit and tantrum she threw at that beach when it came to, telling, when it was revealed that she told Natalie, oh, if it doesn't work out, I got somebody for you. I was like, and then I didn't like the fact that Shayna kept on using God for why she didn't want Kyle, when literally, like, girl, you and Shane were talking about ass the entire time in the pods, and now you want to pull out the God excuse? Girl, bye. Cry me a river in Egypt. Like, don't do it. Like, let's not. Like, just say what it is. Say that you didn't want Kyle. Say that you should have said no to his proposal. Say that, no, this ain't it. I'm not into you. Because I promise you, if Shane was the same atheist, Shane somehow, well, we can work through it. I mean, God is a God of love. God is a powerful God. I can convert you. It would have changed. She wasn't attracted to Kyle. So it's like, so you really about to scapegoat on God? Really, Shayna? Like, on God. Girl, bye. And you were talking about draws, vagina, and penis with Shane in the pods. Miss me with your fake Christianity. Miss me. That's how I felt about that one. And so I'm like, Shane should have stood as a woman and said, Kyle, I said yes because I wanted clout. I said yes because I want to be an influencer. I said yes because I want that blue check mark on Instagram. But no, I do not want to marry you. You should have never given me your mama's ring because we ain't even deep like that. That's what she should have said. And I would have had more respect. And I would have liked Shayna if she would have said that. But Shayna using God when she was talking about ass to Shane, girl bye. Not girl bye to you, Fiery Phoenix, but girl bye to Shayna. I'm like, girl, goodbye. Right? That's another thing. I'm like, because don't get me wrong, like, Fiery, Shayna is a pretty lady. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? Why are you out here acting like you can't get nobody? First of all, Shayna being on Love is Blind is alone. Shayna is a pretty lady. She was on Love is Blind. I'm like, you're going to have dudes in your inbox now. Like, you're going to have a million other Shanes. And to be all honest, Shane, he's not unattractive, but he's also, he has a weird looking face. His muscles help him out. If Shane was not built the way that he was built, Shane would not be as attractive. Like, he would just, Shane has a very 50 Cent type of look. Like, for me, I never thought 50 Cent was the most handsome of men, but 50 Cent has always had a nice body. And it's like when you look at the total makeup of 50 Cent when he's not talking, because, 50 Cent also says some terrible things from time to time. Well, most of the time. It's like when 50 Cent don't talk, and when you see the full package of a 50 Cent, you like, okay, Curtis Jackson. And that's how Shane is. When you see Shane's full package, and when he's wearing clothes that fit his body, it's like, okay, I see you, all right. But Shane has a weird looking face. And I'm like, Shayna, I'm going to need you to stop acting like you met Tom Cruise. Like, come on. And then, furthermore, Fiery, Shane is such a common guy. Like, he's such a common Chicago guy. Like, I know Shane is from Wisconsin. You get a lot of people from Wisconsin that end up moving to Chicago. Shane is such a Chicago guy. I'm like, if Shayna wanted a Shane so bad, all she has to do is go to River North. All she has to do is go to Wrigleyville. All she has to do is go to these spots where there's 1,000,001 Shanes, or go to the South Loop and the West Loop. These are where the Shanes exist. And I'm like, really, Shayna? She probably works around 1,000,001 Shanes. So the fact that she was actually acting super desperate over Shane just really left me. Because I'm like, okay, she's an attractive woman. And she's on a show now, so she has exposure. And then, like I said, Shane is a basic looking man. Like, there's 1,000,001 Shanes walking around. In the Gold Coast, there's 1,000,001 Shanes walking around. Like, it's ridiculous. I've had 3 trainers that looked like a Shane. Like they are like everywhere. They're a dime a dozen in the city. So I'm like, I'm gonna need her to act like she got some sense. Anyway, last but not least, I'm gonna wrap up this Jared and Mallory situation. Then I'm gonna get into Natalie and Shane and Shayna. I want to know the situation with that because y'all know Shane and Shayna are following each other on Instagram. But let's see, universe. Will Jared and Mallory pursue each other at some point? Will Jared and Mallory pursue a relationship? We have the Tower card that wants to come out. I'm kind of feeling it in the sideways. We have the Page of Swords in the reverse. We have the Four of Pentacles. We need one more. All right. Overall, this is telling me a no. There's not going to be a pursuing. Seven of Swords in the reverse, but a Seven of Pentacles in the upright. There's going to be a lot of what ifs. Queen of Swords in the reverse. There's a lot of what if energy. What if I had chosen you? What if? But I'm not seeing it happen between the two of them. Now, I do want to say this too. I do feel like, once again, Mallory is a director. She has a director's level position at her job. Mallory she seems like she's very established. I did not like the fact that Jared had 19 hustles. Now, I'm not saying, because I'm somebody that got a lot of jobs too, but these be settled, clock in 9 to 5 jobs, like their job, the actual W-2'd. This man came up talking about I cut hair, I wash windows, I park cars, I do this on the side, I do this from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. on the weekdays. Like, it just was seeming real shifty. Plus, his friends didn't seem like the type that settling down anytime soon. And birds of a feather stay flocking together. All right, so last but not least, let's get into it. Now, what tarot deck do I want to grab for them? I'm going to do Bonfire Tarot for them. Let's get into Natalie and Shane. Thank you. Thank you so much, Fiery Phoenix. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hold on. I got a little bell for you. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. All right, so let's get into Natalie and Shane. Now, I really like Natalie. I see so much. Natalie seems like somebody who she goes for what she wants. I'm like, I am not mad at her. Natalie knows what she wants, and she is like, okay, fine, let's do this. Shane, like I said, I don't dislike Shane. Shane has a lot of growing up to do. Shane, I feel like Shane has been very coddled throughout his life. That's very apparent. Now, I will say Shane's mother seems very sweet. She seems very endearing. So I really like the energy that was coming off of Shane. But you could tell that Shane was her sweet little baby boy. Like, she loves her some Shane. And if Shane, like, she seems like the type of mom that really she really loves her children, really sacrifices for her children. So that's a beautiful thing. I like the fact that Shane, has a strong, connection to his mom, because that's a really great sign when it comes to, dating and relationships. You want a man that knows, that has respect, not the ones that are too attached to their mama. You don't want a mama's boy, but you do want the ones who there's a lot of respect, And so it looks like, I get the impression that Shane is trying to replicate the emotional connection that he has with his mother and his, romantic partner. Because he was like, he always talks about, like, you just don't, I need self-assurance and self-awareness and just validation. I was like, oh gosh. But Natalie willing to do it. So I'm like, okay. And I will say, Shane talking about his dad is really endearing. Like, he seemed like he was very close to his dad, that he looked up to his dad. And I was like, that's sweet. Once again, this is a man who seems like he had a very healthy relationship with his parents. And for me, that's a green flag all day. Like, you want somebody who, even if they didn't have the best family system, are reconciled in a healthy and positive way about their family. So that I do like about Shane. There's good things about Shane. There's just, I didn't like the fact when Shane started gaslighting Natalie, because he made the mistake in calling Natalie Shayna, or thinking it was Shayna, and didn't want to own up to it. That for me was like, he gets really weird when it comes to dealing with conflict. He's not the best with conflict resolution. But I think if Shane continues to grow up and mature, he'll be better in those regards. But so that's why I say I can't say I dislike Shane. Shane has his good moments. He has his good moments. And I will say, Shane really got me like on his side when Shayna, when he addressed Shayna about, coming to Natalie, about, so Natalie tells me that you said that you were going to, hook her up with somebody else if we don't work out. Like, I like that Shane, he manned up and was like, what was that all about? Why would you say that? Like, what are you trying to say? So him defending Natalie, that was hopeful for, I was like, okay. So what Shane is showing me is, he's on the side of his partner, and he's willing to address issues if somebody came for him incorrectly, came for his couple, came for him and his incorrectly. So I was like, okay, Shane. Yeah, that's how you get them to do what you want. Yeah, he doesn't take account. Yeah, he takes no account of that. That one just makes me feel like, Shane, I don't know. Men like their egos to be stroked. Oh yeah, Shane loves his egos to be stroked. That's how you get them to do what you want. Yeah, he doesn't take accountability. I forgot about that. Yeah, he's loyal. I like that. Yeah, that's what, yeah, Shane definitely seems very loyal. And I did appreciate that in him. I was like, okay, Shane. I was like, there's some really good qualities. I think there's more good in Shane than, but Shane, he just has to grow up. There's a lot of immaturity to it. He has to grow up. But I did like how he stuck up for Natalie. And I like the relationship that he seems to have with his mom. But you could tell his mom loved her some him because he didn't get that coddled, behavior, because he wasn't loved on greatly by his mother. But his mother seems really sweet. And I do like how he talks about his dad. Like, he seemed like his dad was really close. He seemed like he had a really good family, parental relationship, like, and a really great relationship with his dad. And I'm like, those are great things to have in a person, because I feel like for Shane, him probably going into fatherhood, he's going to take what he learned from his mom and his dad, and that's how he's going to, raise his children. That's how he's going to regard his children. So I'm like, and then y'all know, I'm all for the kiddies, and I feel like, kids, especially in my line of work, I come across a lot of kids who don't get to have very loving parents, the way that Shane describes his parents, and the way that Natalie described her parents, and even the way that Shayna describes her parents. Like, so I will say I like the fact that they seem like they all come from very healthy family parental systems, because that's really important, and that's what shapes us as adults. A lot of times, half these problems we be having because, parents be out here sometimes having babies for wrong reasons, or having kids ahead of time when they're not ready, and then, you eternalizing that, and then boom, now you in therapy for the next 20 years because you got all these issues springing from childhood. Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation for a different day. Let's get into it. So, universe, thank you for the channel messages. Right, they are lucky. Yeah, very lucky. That's a blessing. That's a really huge blessing to have a good relationship with both your parents. So that I do like about for Shayna and Natalie and Shane. So, universe, thank you for the channel messages. Will Shane and Natalie get married? Do they walk down the aisle? Will Shane and Natalie get married? Do they walk down the aisle? Will Shane and Natalie get married? Do they walk down the aisle? Ooh, okay. 8 of Wands. Will Shane and Natalie get married? Do they walk down the aisle? Oh, wow. This is a yes. King of Cups, upright. 8 of Wands in the upright with the quickness. Now, I wonder what sign Shane is, because he gives a lot of emotional energy. I wonder if he's a water sign. Something in me tells me he's like an earth sign or something like that. But he gives a lot of water energy. Might have a lot of fire in his chart. Definite, I don't know what Natalie is, but she gives me earth sign all day. All day. She is an earth sign. I wonder how true that is, though. But she gives me earth sign energy. Shayna gives me my element. She gives me air sign energy. I think Shayna feels like a Libra or an Aquarius. She may be an Aquarius. Give me more information, universe. Will Shane and Natalie walk down the aisle? Justice card in the reverse, strength card in the upright. That's a yes. 8 of Swords in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. That's a yes. They've walked down the aisle. They said yes. They decided to take that leap. Balls to the walls. Balls to the walls. Like they took it. So that's a yes with that one. So let's see. What's going on inside their relationship at current? What's going on between Mallory? Ooh, I said Mallory. What's going on between Shane and Natalie? Shane's spirit guides and ancestors. Natalie's spirit guides and ancestors. What's going on between Shane and Natalie's relationship? Natalie wants a family. She wants kids. Or kid. No, she wants at least 2 kids. Oh, wow. What's going on between Shane and Natalie's connection? Red? No. We have the King of Swords. What's going on between Shane and Natalie's connection right now? Ooh. Rizzo. Ooh. They still talking to each other. But they ain't together. Knight of Wands. Y'all, they broken up. They still talking. Ooh, look at the bottom of the deck. Empress in reverse. She been popping up in different decks. Now, y'all saw me using these different decks all across the board. And this Empress, she is in overtime today. She is working. Do you hear me? The Empress is working today. And she been coming out in the reverse. Y'all, they not together. They not together. So I should put spoiler alert in the title. They not together. Shane gives Aries. Ariana says Shane gives Aries or Leo. I can see that because, yeah, there's that, he gets hot-tempered really quickly. And I feel like a lot of times, because you know how, like, when water signs get crazy emotional, it'd be like, ooh. And sometimes it can feel like a fire sign's emotion, but then fire signs, it's an anger behind that. So it's not like an emotional, like a, but it's a fire behind theirs. Yeah, he's probably an Aries or a Leo for sure, because he just, one thing goes wrong. He doesn't take criticism well either. He does not take criticism well. But back now, what that tells me is he could be used to achieving things easily, or because I'm not getting now, Natalie comes off as a very high achiever just in how she attacked the game, or I guess the experiment rather, how she, how she's willing to compromise. Like, she's gonna have her way. Look, that's all I know about Natalie. But Shane seems like the type that he's won a lot in life, but it may be due to different things. Due because people like him as a person, due to, maybe somebody thought he was attractive, due to, he seems like the jock type, so he might have played sports, so life was just kind of easy. And then when it's not easy for him, he don't like it. He throws a little hissy fit. He starts going into tantrums. But they're not together right now. That's what these cards are telling me. Now, I will say this. I did go and, because once again, I've been geeked up on the show, y'all. I went to Instagram, and they are still following each other. So this King of Swords right here gives me that. They're still following each other, but I don't get a relationship between the two of them. I don't think they're together. Right, no. Let's find out, how does Shane feel about Natalie? How does Shane feel about Natalie? How is Shane feeling about Natalie? How is Shane feeling about Natalie? How does he feel about her in his heart of hearts? Give me 2 cards. How does Shane feel about Natalie in his heart of hearts? 5 of Wands. Conflicted. They get into a lot of arguments. There's a lot of clashing between the two of them. How does Shane feel about Natalie? How does Shane feel about Natalie? Ooh, I need some breakfast, y'all. I'm starting to get hungry. The Tower card in the reverse. How does Shane feel about Natalie? Y'all, Shane out here looking for a motherly energy. That's what drew him into Natalie a lot. He likes the fact that she takes the reins. So Shane is not the type who, you know, I'm not, his masculinity isn't threatened because his wife is, you know, the more financially, emotionally dominant one in the relationship. Like, he wants to be the man, but he also wants somebody to, he wants to be coddled. That's what I get. But we got Ace of Wands, we got the Tower card in reverse, and we have the Five of Wands. He's conflicted. He likes Natalie. He sincerely likes Natalie. He's attracted to her. There's times where he thinks, maybe, maybe not. Maybe, maybe not. He likes the fact that she's nurturing. He really likes her nurturing side. This Tower card tells me that there's something, it's not quite over between the two of them. I want to say, I don't know about marriage, but I can see them keeping in contact. I can even see them revisiting dating. I can see that for them. How does Natalie feel about Shane? How does Natalie feel about Shane? Give me two cards. How does Natalie feel about Shane? We have the Death card. Actually, because this was flipping upside down. Let me see. How does Natalie feel about Shane? Give me two cards. How does Natalie feel about Shane? We got the Fool card in the reverse. How does Natalie feel about... Hold on, my cards are falling. How does Natalie feel about Shane? We got the King of Coins in the reverse. Page of Swords in the reverse. The Two of Wands. Interesting energy. They're kind of on the same... They're kind of in the same area. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. High Priestess. She's still connected. She hasn't let go. They both still like each other. They have not let go of the what if when it comes to this relationship. But she does, it's this energy of not feeling like he's capable to be in a relationship of the caliber of her. Like, y'all, let's just... Natalie's out of Shane's league. Like Shane does not measure up to Natalie. And that's what that is at the end of the day. But I feel like they're both attracted to each other. Natalie's a very pretty woman. I can see Shane being... And then, like I said, Shane's total package, he's an attractive guy. So they're very attracted to each other. I feel like there's those endearing parts about one another that, you know, like there's a yin and yang going on, you know, like where... And Natalie does seem like she's fun. She seems like somebody that's fun. And she seems like somebody who's also very nurturing, very responsible. And Shane really likes that about her. You know, he likes the fun side. He likes the, you know, he likes discovering, you know, what he says, her sassy sides. He likes that. He likes those things. But Natalie is more of a grown-up. And that's where that disconnect came in at. So there's a wanting to figure out, will we, won't we, how we, will we? But there's, once again, those very big things that they're not matching up on in regards to, like, Shane, I need you to be an adult. I can't be the only adult in this relationship. You can't be a boy in a man's body. So that's what I'm getting with that. So let's see the outcome for them. Universe, give me outcome for Shane and Natalie. Will they get back together? What's going to happen? Because they are following each other. So there's a wanting there, because the couples that are not trying to make it seem like anything, they are not following each other. Kyle is not following Shayna. So let's see. Universe, thank you for the channel messages. Will Shane and Natalie give it a go again? What's their outcome? What's Shane and Natalie's outcome? Give me two cards. Moon card in the reverse. Three of Wands in the reverse. Okay. Six of Coins in the reverse. Interesting. Nine of Coins. There's been checking ins. Knight of Cups. Once again, a lot of this has to do with the energy of wanting to. There's some semblance of hope. Moon card. There's, you know, less confusion. Three of Wands. This is telling me they may actually have ongoings or at least conversations now. They're still in... They still keep up with each other. They communicate a lot. There's a lot of text messages here. But this Six of Coins and a Nine of Coins is about telling me there's things that they can't ignore. And people don't just change overnight. You know, Shane's not just going to grow up overnight. He has to continuously practice at that. And Natalie needs him to be more now. So it's that. Now, I do feel a willingness more so on Shane's end. Because once again, Though there is those, Shane's not as grown up as Natalie, but Shane does get what he want out of Natalie in regards to emotional security, because Shane still seems really big on emotional security, and he likes the economic security factor. Like, I'm not getting that Shane would, need to live off of Natalie. Like, oh yeah, I'm looking for a woman that can take care of me. But for him, emotional security is a huge one. And he wants someone who's willing to give out more emotional security than he can give out to them. It's like a child. He wants to be the man baby of the relationship. And he likes the fact that Natalie gives out a lot of emotional security. So they're actually still kind of very much so in contact right now. And there's a big wanting, but it boils down to what are they able to put up with in this relationship, because they both like each other. What is Natalie willing to put up with Shane? And will Shane be okay with the fact that Natalie will not let him respond like a child to things? Because Natalie's going to always address and call him out, which, once again, that's what you do. You go, girl. But can Shane handle that? So that's what I'm getting with that one. Now, lastly, and we're going to wrap it up, I got to know what's going on between Shane and Shayna, because also T, they are following each other on social media, on Instagram currently, at the time of recording this, on the 21st of February. So, universe, is Shane and Shayna still... No. Tell me about Shane and Shayna. What's going on between them? What's going on between Shane and Shayna? What's going on between Shane and Shayna? Two of Swords. What's going on between Shane and Shayna? Queen of Wands. What's going on between Shane and Shayna? Five of Cups. They keeping in contact too. But Four of Swords, it's not going anywhere. But they're keeping in contact too. Eight of Swords in the reverse. There's been more conversation about the situation. Why didn't you choose me? Why didn't you say anything? Why didn't it end up? And there's also been conversation I'm picking up on. We would have worked out had you chosen me. You should have made the better choice. This is Shayna to Shane. So they talk, but I'm not getting that they've commingled outside of social media. Shane, I'm not really getting is desiring a connection. Give me more. So what's going on between Shane and Shayna? Ten of Swords. Yeah, Shane's not really desiring a connection, and Shayna's dropped it. We got the Star card in the reverse. So what I'm getting with this Magician card in reverse, they will be social media friends. Eventually, they will kind of phase away. Like you'll see likes between Shayna's post, his post, all that stuff, but it's not something where it's not going. It's not happening. And I am feeling that Shayna, for the most part, has dropped it. It was just more so, there was a lot of ego at play. Like, wow, how did you not pick me? Like, oh my gosh. But I'm not seeing the two of them revisit this. I'm seeing them move forward. Plus, Shayna has always given me the vibes that she chose Kyle because she wanted to be an influencer. Shayna has her blue mark. Shayna can now work on her influencer lifestyle. That's what I mean. And then when I went to her IG, you all... what was this? Yesterday, I saw a very, like, she's definitely doing the influency post, the influencer, like travel. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, my personal Instagram feed, not my Wander and Sparrow Tarot Instagram, but my personal Instagram feed, all you seeing is dining, travel, and flowers and stuff, like aesthetic. So I get it. Like, she's definitely going for an influencer aesthetic. And hey, more power to her. I hope she cultivates the career and the lifestyle that she wants. And yeah, but that's what I have for the people of Love is Blind too. So I hope this entertained y'all, because I had a lot of opinions and a lot of things I wanted to know, and I've been holding that in, and I've been bugging my friends about this because, oh my gosh, I'm so invested. So I can't wait for the 25th. Man, Netflix needs to get me a whole sponsor, because I just definitely broke down this. But I can't wait for the 25th with the remainder of the episodes. And yeah, you all let me know in the comment section what what are your thoughts about the show? What are your thoughts about the couples? What are your own predictions? And do you think I'm going to be, nail on the head, or am I completely off? Like, we shall see. We will see if my predictions have come close, or if they were just completely like just way in a whole nother stratosphere. But anyway, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you all have a beautiful day. And if you have today off, make sure you rest. Make sure you do something that makes you happy. Make sure you pour you some tea, some coffee. Make sure you check out my other videos. But anyway, you all, thank you so much. Oh, and check out the meet and greet section, y'all. Ooh, and I gotta update my meet and greeters. But check out the meet and greet section, you all, on my website, and see when I'm coming towards you all. I'm going to be updating the exact dates very, very soon, like sometime this week. But anyway, you all, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see y'all next time. Peace and blessings. Goodbye.